In the world of Elden Ring, the Tarnished are rejoicing as news breaks that the latest DLC expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree, has sold an astonishing 5 million copies in just 3 days.
That's a lot of nuts!
This adds to the already impressive numbers of the original game. It's clear now that this dark fantasy epic has captured the hearts of gamers everywhere.
Fact.
But From Software's director hints at more content on the horizon, even a potential movie or TV adaptation. This is Marks on Games and Marks on Movies, and today we're talking about the smash success of Elden Ring, its new DLC, and it possibly being adapted for the small or big screen. Now, let's get into it. The original 2022 release of Elden Ring was a humongous success, selling 13.4 million copies worldwide by the end of March of that year and 25 million by this past month.
Damn!
Making it one of the best-selling video games of all time. It also won several Game of the Year awards and has been cited as one of the greatest games of all time.
You might, Travis, you might.
Because of this, it's pretty easy to see why players were so psyched to download the brand new DLC for the game titled Shadow of the Erdtree. Let's go to that Park Place to see how well it's done so far. Bandai Namco reveals Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree sells over 5 million copies in just 3 days. Bandai Namco Entertainment and From Software announces that the DLC from Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree has sold over 5 million copies in just 3 days. Also, IGN rated it at a perfect 10 out of 10.
Yes!
The game's popularity has led to a surge in players with a peak of 953,426 concurrent players on Steam alone.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Keep in mind that it's also available on Xbox One, Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. The success of Shadow of the Erdtree has also led to a significant increase in players, with the game hitting a peak of 781,261 concurrent players on Steam.
My God.
The game's director, Hidetaki Miyazaki, has stated that while there are no current plans for a second DLC or sequel, he doesn't want to rule out the possibility of more content in the future. He can say all he wants, but he's also giving himself an out because if there's one thing Hollywood and the gaming industry love to capitalize on, it's smashing surprise success.
It's Hollywood, baby.
I don't know if this is so much a surprise success, especially given From Software's successful Dark Souls franchise and the name of George R.R. Martin behind the game as well, but it's certainly a huge success.
It's true.
Miyazaki has hinted that there could be more ideas in development, and the company is leaving open the possibility for future expansions or sequels. I personally think that it would be stupid and short-sighted to not capitalize on that success and make more games or DLC under the Elden Ring banner.
Yup!
In that same vein, let's move on from the gaming industry and more to Hollywood, as we hear from one of the men responsible for The Lands Between and the entire world of Elden Ring, George R.R. Martin. For this, we go to IGN. George R.R. Martin teases Elden Ring movie or TV series.
Cool.
For those that don't know, George R.R. Martin is the author of A Song of Ice and Fire, which is what Game of Thrones is based on. He also wrote the book that House of the Dragon is based off of. Either way, he's recently hinted that an Elden Ring movie or TV show is in the works, because if there's one thing Martin knows how to do, it's to strike on any success he has and milk it for all the money it's worth.
Money, please. My money.
Look, I'm not faulting the guy for it. Good for him. I would do the exact same thing. But come on, tell me I'm wrong. He's got even more Game of Thrones spin-off series coming out here soon, so at least he can move outside of Westeros for once. In a blog post, because he can write a million blogs, but he can't finish the next entry into the freaking book series he's been slogging away at for over a decade,
Not a great plan.
Martin wrote about winning awards and seemed to confirm rumors of an adaptation of From Software's game. Quote, "Oh, and about those rumors you may have heard about a featured film or television series based on Elden Ring, I have nothing to say. Not a word. Nope, not a thing. I know nothing, and you never heard a peep from me. Mum. What rumor?" End quote.
Sure, Jan.
He's clearly being cheeky, pretty much letting us know that it's been in heavy discussion for a while. Also, this pretty much tells us that Martin will likely be involved in some capacity with the project.
Yep.
From Software's director, Hidetaki Miyazaki, has also expressed interest in adapting Elden Ring into a movie or TV show, as long as a very strong partner is involved. He believes that the studio doesn't have the knowledge or ability to produce something in a different medium, and that they would need to build trust and agreement with a partner to make it happen. I fully support that. I get that. I understand that. Stick to what you know. Let others do what they know. Form a cohesive partnership. But the production studio has to be one that can be trusted.
This guy gets it.
If I had my druthers, I'd put Universal Pictures at the top of that list. My backup would either be Warner Bros. Discovery or Paramount Pictures. But you never know. There also could be a smaller, lesser-known studio that could be a far better option than any of the ones I just named.
I don't know.
Either way, this could be a super fun journey into a new intellectual property that hasn't yet been tapped for a live-action film or TV adaptation. Yeah, it's still not technically an original idea in the respect of it never being seen in any medium before, but it's not a remake or a sequel.
Oh, thank God.
In a world where all we're getting is Disney sequel number 5, or obscure 80s remake number 8, spin-offs, prequels, and connected universes, it's nice to see something a little different for a change. Combine that with a resurgence in people wanting good fantasy after being starved for it.
We are famished. Yes, famished we are, precious.
Being fed terrible LARPing-style fantasy shows like Rings of Power, The Wheel of Time, and, to an extent, The Witcher, even though I kinda like The Witcher.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
You can add in a dash of video game film adaptations getting as hot as superhero movies were about a decade ago, and bam, this is the recipe for the next epic TV or film series.
You're excited. Feel these nipples.
Comment with your thoughts on this. Do you like Elden Ring? What console do you play on? Or are you a PC gamer? Did you download the new DLC? Are you surprised at the success of it all? Do you want to see Elden Ring as a TV show or a film? Which do you think would be the best way to tell the story? Let me know down in the comment section. As always, the links to the articles I covered can be found in the video description. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. This has been Marks on Games and Marks on Movies, and we'll see you next time.